Hey to YouTube Heyda viewer. Remember Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? That was a really bad movie that I will not be covering in totality because there's already a good video out there covering it in great detail. But that doesn't mean I won't cover it at all. I'm gonna talk about 2 seconds of it. Just 2 seconds. Well, I'll talk about a bit more, but the 2 seconds is the important part. And by the way, if you were actually expecting this to be a praise, get fooled. I couldn't bring myself to praise this irredeemable joke. Anyway,
the Illumawati
is the famously bad joke from Multiverse of Madness, but it's not the worst. During the scene that formally introduces the renowned Illumawati, we get to Blackagar Boltagon, a name that Strange fails to make out when told it.
Blackagar Boltagar?
And despite this, he is immediately ready, faster than humanly possible, almost like he got it from a script or something, to make the worst joke I've heard in my entire life.
Heydaguy, Heydatere.
I doubt most of you understood what he said, so I'm gonna play it back again, but slower.
Heydaguy, Heydatere.
The first time I saw the movie, I had no idea what he said. Then this moment deleted itself from my mind by the time the movie was over, because of the insane amounts of absolute nonsense that occurred after that. A while later, I was watching a video about the movie which pointed out what he said, and I laughed. I know I said it's the worst joke I've heard in my entire life, and it is extremely unfunny, but it's so bad to the point where I just had to laugh at it. And I couldn't stop. I kept laughing throughout the rest of the day, anytime I thought of the words, if you can call them words, Heydaguy, Heydathere. I was still in denial. No way that's an actual joke, right? Unfortunately, it was. The first shortcoming of the joke is that you can't tell what he's saying until hearing it multiple times. It's such nonsense. He says it so fast, it's almost like he didn't want anyone to know what he was saying. I'm still not entirely sure exactly what he said because the subtitles differ from what I hear when he says it. It makes me angry that they put so little effort into this joke, to the point where it's barely intelligible. But then began the stage of bargaining. Surely the phrase, Heydaguy, Heydathere, had some not immediately apparent meaning that makes it funny, right? I guess he's trying to extend hey there, and just randomly adds in guy to the middle because Blackagar Boltagon is a funny sounding name to him? Heydaguy, Heydathere, like Blackagar Boltagon? But his name can be shortened to his superhero name, Black Bolt, by taking only the first syllable of each name. Strange's phrase would just be hey hey. The only part of what he said that could be turned into an actual sentence is Heydatere, like hey there. The first word, Heydaguy, is just hey guy, which isn't even a sentence, and hey guy hey there doesn't make sense as a sentence either. Also, he's making fun of his given name. That's not very cool of you, Strange. And by the way, making fun of someone's name when he's Doctor Strange and he learned from the Ancient One, he probably should be more used to names that are a little weird. And the surrounding context just makes no sense. Strange comes up with the response impossibly fast, like I said earlier, and the Illumawati have no reaction to this. None of them had to ask what he just said, or cringed, or were offended. They just moved on introducing the rest of their members. After realizing how bad this joke really was, I thought of when the MCU used to have good jokes, and with that came depression. Doctor Strange used to be funny. Remember in his first movie when he had actual jokes like,
You really should have stolen the whole book because the warnings come after the spells.
I dubbed this sudden inability to make good jokes, comedy assassination. And a bunch of other MCU movies were funny as well, but at this point, they are rarely able to make a single good joke in each movie. Although, nobody is comedy assassinated as much as Strange, because a lot of the other movies' good jokes weren't the characters trying to make jokes, but rather a joke solely for the viewers. So finally, acceptance. The MCU has been bad for a while now, delivering bad sequels that also don't have any good comedy when the previous movie did. If I had a quarter for every lackluster third film in an MCU trilogy that came out after Phase 3 about a bug-themed superhero that was extremely lacking in terms of humor when the previous two were very funny, I would have 2 quarters. which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. I had known that the MCU had been ruined several times over, but what this joke made me accept is that its humor had gone down the drain as well. And thus, Heydaguy, Heydathere sent me through all 5 stages of grief. I hope I never hear a joke as bad as that again, but Waldron is writing Secret Wars, so I don't doubt the possibility. I'll be back sometime with my next What If video, and as always, thank a watching.